All right, we're live. Okay, you guys, I'm really actually excited to dive back into our new Coach Getting Started Right calls. It's been a while, I'll admit, that we've done them, but mostly because I've taken things on a smaller scale, which I'm really glad that I've been doing that, and it's really allowed me to kind of dive deep and work with everybody a little bit more one-on-one and meet their needs. So it's been working, and I continue to plan to do that. But we've had so much growth in our organization that I wanted to make sure that I had this tool available for you guys now, but also to be able to share as you grow your organizations. We'll do this every single month. It'll be the first Tuesday, right, of every month at the same time. Subject to change as we go into summertime, but this time, I have to make it work because my husband can manage the kids. So selfishly, that's why we're doing it this time. So I'm going to get my screen up and going for you guys. Everybody see that okay? Okay, good. Let me see if I can move this little thing around. I don't know if you guys can see that, but okay, there we go. So our new coach call, if you guys don't know who I am, let me just quickly introduce myself. I'm Taryn Perry. If you're watching this, I am probably your upline Star Diamond coach in some capacity. Maybe I am your personally sponsored coach. Regardless, I'm honored. I love that I get the chance to actually share with you guys some really simple tips and tools to get your business up and going, because the most vital part to this whole business is the act of keeping it simple. I mean, it is the simple, I'm not gonna say it's the simplest, but it is, of course it's not gonna let me change my screen, right? Oh, there we go, I gotta hit the wrong button, sorry about that. I just wanna take you through some things that I need you guys to understand about it, but let me give you a backstory on me, as maybe you don't all know how I started or why I started. So I've been a coach since 2008, which is 12 years. I'm coming up on my 12th year in June. Like, that trips me out, okay? And the picture on the left of your screen is me in 2008 after I had my son. He's now 12, which is even more of a trip. My oldest is going to be 14. So I started this when I had 2 kids. And the biggest blessing it possibly could have been, and I had no clue of what was coming my way, right? I needed to just have some measure of accountability going through P90X. A girlfriend that I went to high school with told me about it. We were hanging out at the park with our kids, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna do this P90X. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm down. Tell me what I need to do. She's like, well, I signed up as a coach because you could save some money. And I'm like, okay, great, blah, blah, blah. I just heard that word coach, and I immediately thought accountability. And I think when a lot of people hear coach, they freak out and worry that now they have to coach somebody else. So for me, that term was a method of accountability. I knew that I needed to have that little title to make sure that I finished the program. Now, that's obviously not after 90 days, but truth be told, you guys, you can probably scroll back, and I posted my results. I lost 25 pounds. My figure has not really changed, to probably the average person, except for when I added 2 more kids and I got pregnant and, obviously lost the baby weight and then got pregnant again. So this has been a saving grace for me. This has been a community that I needed when I started back in 2008, because I came out of corporate. I was working full-time up until the final moments of my second pregnancy. And then my husband and I made a split decision just for me to stay home. I wasn't planning on it. It wasn't something that I had wanted to do. I actually enjoy working, and I didn't really have a backup plan, and I wasn't planning on actually starting a business. So this just kind of evolved into what it is now, and I want you guys to really understand that that could be for you. And whether you have a full-time job, and hopefully you still have it intact, but if not, if you're furloughed or maybe you lost your job, this is a really amazing time to be able to work on yourself while you're influencing and sharing and talking about it with other people. You guys, I wouldn't be here 12 years later if this was not something that I thought everybody can do, right? It started from a 90-day program that was, I kid you not, an hour long. And now we're working on 30-minute programs a day, maybe 4 times a week, right? And I was doing 6 days a week, an hour-long program, but people started to ask me questions. So let's talk about what some of those first, very beginning things that you need to do as a coach. first and foremost, you have to focus on yourself, right? That is like the critical thing to this being successful for you. People want to see that you're doing the work and that you're seeing results for it as an outcome, right? And they want to know that you're showing up every day and you're doing it, right? So take the time to get to know the products. Hopefully you got involved with a challenge pack. So you're learning that Shakeology has been an incredible tool for you in your toolbox as far as the nutritional, that recovery is awesome after lift 4 or after bar. I mean, God, my legs were shaking this morning and they've been sore every day since I've brought bar back. Bar, you guys, like who knew, right? And it's amazing how much our library of workouts has expanded and evolved over the years, starting back from, you guys, before I was even coaching new or even coaching was around, I did P90 and Slim and 6, right? And then like went all the way to Turbo Jam. And, you know, like now look, the library is endless of opportunities to help other people. So getting to know what our workouts are and the products that we have, and the best way to do that is to actually experience them for yourself. I mean, you're not going to go and try every workout program. Obviously, you'll pick them off, but people are going to be drawn to what you're getting out of whatever you're experiencing, right? So you learn to love the products, you know, but truth be told, you're probably not going to love them all. I mean, I don't consume every single product that we have, but I have tried everything, so I can speak to it, or I've learned about it. So if somebody asks me about it, I can say, you know what, well, this is what it is geared towards that actually could be a really good fit for you. Or, you know what, I'm not sure, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to go find out for you. So I'm going to find a way to educate myself, but by no means am I an expert. But I'm going to talk about how this has become a lifestyle, right? And how it's become a part of my life. And it's a healing process for me being, you know, at the time postpartum, or it's a healing process for whatever you're going through, right? Maybe it's not healing. Maybe it's just, shit, my gym closed and here I am, right? I mean, that's kind of the season that we're in right now. So that's our truth. But people want to see how it works within your lifestyle, regardless of how busy you are. And telling those other people that this is, you're not necessarily becoming a billboard. I mean, no one's asking you to put a sandwich board on or hold up one of those big, you know, a guy with a sign stating what you're doing, because people are going to see that. And when they see the evolution of your success and that you keep showing up, they're going to want to be a part of it. And telling them what you're doing and like actively inviting them is really the missing link that I think a lot of people assume that you don't have to do, and that just posting about it is going to get people to come and hop on board. You know, I wish that was the case. But even me, 12 years in, you guys, I can't just post an invite on my socials and get 50 people asking to be a part of it, because I have to make that personal connection. And I'm going to dive more into that a little bit. But the moral of this whole theme right here is that you need to help yourself before you can help other people first. So you've got to be able to prioritize yourself before you can go and serve other people. And if you're a mom, that is so hard, right? And even dads, like, you know, we put our families first. And even if you aren't a parent, you know, but you are really good at your job, you're going to put your job first, right? But it's okay to put yourself first, because people need to be given that permission, all right? We have a ton of resources, and this is just a glimpse at them, okay? You have your Coach online office, which as a new coach, you got the welcome email, hopefully from me or your upline coach that enrolled you. But you also got an email from Carl Deichler, our CEO, and it's going to give you kind of a general direction on what you can go and explore. But your Coach online office is housed with everything, and it's evolved like so well, although minus the little kinks that we're working through right now with bod groups. But that aside, all of your information, all the firsthand knowledge that you get as a coach and have access to is going to be in your Coach online office. There's also an email that comes out about breaking news, what to expect for the coming months. So make sure that you're getting those emails and they come from Beachbody. Our team page, you guys, I'm going to do my best to inform you as best as possible on things that I get wind of that might not be out into the general coach community yet, because I have access to some of the 5-star and above elite pages, and we kind of get behind the scenes scoop. And so my goal is to be able to deliver that to you guys when I see that it's necessary. Okay. But the team page is a huge resource. And if it's Team Fitfluence, Team Empowered to Change, or maybe it's Melanie's team page or Sarah's team page, and that is going to be your hub. Just don't get overwhelmed and be in all these team pages to the point where you're paralyzed. Okay. YouTube, Google, you guys use them. You can search and find just about anything on YouTube and Google. The one thing that you need to be as a coach is be resourceful. These are resources, hence be resourceful, okay? I didn't have, the girlfriend that introduced me to this coaching opportunity, she did not know what the heck was going on, okay? She didn't know how to build a business. I didn't either. So what did I do? I went and searched and I figured out, I bought books. I probably spent way more time learning how to be a network marketer than actually doing the acts. So we've evolved so much over time. And so all of that's broken down and super simple. And it's created, we have a unit section on our team page. But if you don't know the answer, go to Google, go to YouTube, because there's tons and tons of videos of coaches that are doing trainings and probably answering the very question you have. But always go to your coach. You know, if you've got a question, come ask me, ask your coach. You know, there's no dumb questions except for the ones that you don't ask. The National Wake Up Calls every Monday at 8 o'clock Pacific. Have that on your calendar. They are so vital because you're going to learn little nuggets from other coaches that are successful and something that you can always take away and apply to your business right away. They always do recognition, like really fun stuff that, you know what, hey, maybe one day my name will be on that call, right? As a diamond coach, because they announce diamond coaches and above. And that's on our Team Beachbody Coach 411 page on Facebook. You can go to the podcast page and you can, you know, it'll be on there as well. And we have our team call the third Tuesday of every month. There's also a business opportunity call the first and the third Thursday, which I'm sorry to put it on the slide, of every month too. So there's ample opportunities, you guys, and you just need to pick the path that you want in order to be able to get this going for you. Don't feel like you need to know everything and be on everything, okay? Let me just say that. Here's our 4 vital behaviors, and that's at the extent of what this business is. Your proof that the product works. You guys, the workouts work if they're followed as designed, right? So when I get a customer that says, well, I did 21-day fix, but I didn't lose any weight. I'm like, well, did you do the whole program? Well, I mean, I did like the first week and then I kind of, you know, I got bored and I did, okay, well, it didn't work because you didn't do it, right? So we have to model why it works and do them and follow them as designed. So as new coaches, your job should be, and your coach's job should help you find a program that you can commit to from start to finish, modeling it as designed. It was designed by professionals, people that are way smarter than me and probably you, and no offense, but it's true. You know, they sit there and they design these workouts to make sure that they work and they can deliver results before they're put out on the market for us to be able to enjoy. Okay, so be a product, or be a proof that the product works. Share, connect, invite, and follow up. Those are 4 critical steps within one behavior that you need to do. Share, guys, talk about it. Talk about your journey. What did you learn? What nugget did you pull from that workout? You know, what did you hear the trainer say that you could turn around and spit out? How conversations can you use in helping your friends? You know, we get so worried about offending somebody by a friend or family, like, I don't want to spam anybody. But you know what? Those are the closest people in your life. Why the hell would you not want to inform them of a really incredible community that is going to change the course of your health journey and experience? Why wouldn't you want them to be a part of that with you? Like just the connection, the bond, the accountability, right? Invite them to be a part of it. And then you go back and you follow up. Okay. I'll break that down a little bit more. But the important thing is, don't overthink it. Don't assume that anybody does not want to be a part of that. If I had assumed about any of you guys that are my personally sponsored coaches, or maybe were customers of mine that became coaches, if I assumed that you didn't want to be a part of this, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't have the success that I have if I assumed. Okay. I highly encourage you guys to do personal development. Okay. That helps you build on behaviors that maybe they're not your strong suit. Learn new things. One book that's great is The Compound Effect. So go check that out. Darren Hardy's The Compound Effect. There's heaps of ideas. Just depends on what you need to work on. Maybe it's the fear of inviting. Maybe it's you're afraid somebody's going to tell you no. Go to the book, Go for No. Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy. I mean, there's a whole list of books in our file section on recommended personal development. And if you need an idea, let me know. But you can start binging on our National Wake Up Calls. That's always a good start too, okay? Just get people results. If you can help them be accountable and advise them, you know what, if you follow this program, if you commit to it, then I guarantee you'll get results. If you follow it as designed, you will get results. But if you're going to jump around and you're going to do this, and then you're going to dabble in that, and then you're going to try and do this eating plan and then do that one the next day, it isn't going to work. I mean, that's just reality, right? How are we doing okay so far? Everybody all right? Okay, good. Okay, so your first goal as coach, right? As a new coach, or maybe you're coming back in the game, whatever, I don't care, is to help 3 people. 3 people to get started, to be a part of this with you. Not to try and lure them into buying something and sell them on anything. You're selling them on an experience. You're selling them on a community, right? And right now, more than ever, I think people are craving that, because a lot of people are stuck behind these screens all day and do not have that social interaction, right? A lot of people are not able to leave their homes. So this is what we resort to, and having this community is so freaking powerful. 12 years later, mine are thick as thieves. And I am very protective of that community that I've created. And I do put the requirement on those people that want results. I'm going to tell you, you gotta get a challenge pack, because that's what I have. And if you think and have seen my results, it's because of those tools that I use every day. So get them that, and not to mention, you want to save on money, and they're bundled to be able to get them the savings versus piecemealing them together. Here's, Beachbody on Demand, 99 bucks. You go buy Shakeology for $129.95. Boom, all of a sudden you're already over what that challenge pack is, right? And same with a 3-day refresh. So go and, advise them on the best way to get them started if they have a goal of getting results, which, probably 90% of people are like, I want results, right? Like I said, start with your community. Start with the people that like, trust, and respect you already. Use an example. Say you got some, sweet pair of Nikes from Zappos on sale, and somebody compliments you on them. You have no hesitation telling them that you got them on Zappos and they were on sale, right? Or, back in the day when we could go out to a fabulous restaurant. Oh my God, you guys, go to Tullio's, the best Italian restaurant ever. Guys, you got to go check it out on your next date night. Do I get anything in return? No, but I'm telling people about an experience that I had at a restaurant that I want others to go and have that same experience. This is no different. We just have to remove the fear that somebody's going to judge us because we're talking about health and fitness, which, by the way, everybody is looking for something to be healthy, right? Most people are looking for the quick fix, but don't be hesitant to share it. Okay? Remove the idea that you have something to sell. Hell yeah, we sell people on stuff every single day. I sell my kids on why they need to eat the food I put in front of them. I sell them on bedtime. If you're working full-time, you sell your boss every day on why you're worthy of continuing to keep your job. Am I right? Right? If you're a school teacher, you're selling your children on why education and knowledge and building and expanding on their brain capacity is important. And you're also selling probably your principal on why you're qualified to continue to keep teaching. And I'm just, going back to everyday life, back to where it was before all this, right? So just think about that before you really put judgment and kind of assume, right? But when you do this and you help 3 people every single month, you could hit Success Club, which is just a notch of success and recognition from the corporate side. You get all these cool things. You get free swag when you hit Success Club every single month. If you hit it 3 months in a row, you earn your ticket to Summit. Now, mind you, Summit was canceled this year, but I guarantee if you hit it this 3 months within a 6-month period, then you're qualified as our Success Starter. They're probably going to honor that for the next annual Summit. You also now, if you're a new coach and you hit Success Starter, so you hit 3 months of Success Club, that's helping 3 people get signed up with the challenge pack, just to be super clear, then you are actually going to be invited to some of our future test groups of brand new programs that even us coaches won't be able to see for months. So it's kind of an exclusivity thing, which everybody's like wants to be the first in line, right? So advising them, here's a tool that I used, because what you do, they're likely going to do as well, okay? But earning Success Club, you earn trips, you earn extra bonuses. If you help 5 people get challenge packs in a 5-week period, you get a $100 bonus. Right now I can tell you that a $100 bonus would be pretty sweet in my household. So I'm just going to move this picture. I don't know if it's in your guys' way, but so here's what you got to do. You got to commit to starting a boot camp, a challenge group, a fit club, whatever you want to call it. You've got to commit to starting something. Even if you're in the middle of it, commit to a date that you could start either hosting your own, having your coach help you host one, or just a date in general that you want to start adding people or inviting people to. people like to know that there's a time frame that something's going to get started, right? So commit to finding that date. We have tons and tons of tools and resources for you guys on what's the best way to share and connect. I mean, here's some examples of 2 other coaches in our organization, not in our collective team. You guys can take a screenshot of this, but it'll be recorded so you guys can always go back. But just speaking to the story, right? Brittany's talking about how one workout program changed her whole life. Not hours spent on the stair climber, not counting calories, depriving my life of food, good old-fashioned hard work, showing up when I didn't want to, and trusting the process, right? So you see it visually, right? But then you're looking at her words, and your people are going to put them in that experience, right? Like, people don't want to be sold to. They don't want to be like, join my group, da 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 da, right? So that's why we have scripts and we have suggested posts and stuff. But these are just visuals for you guys to see exactly what other coaches are saying and that have worked in the past. Okay, but you have to commit to a start date. So I want to challenge you as a new coach. Go message your coach and tell them when you plan to start your next challenge group, your own. Okay, you can start your own on bod groups. What a great way to learn the whole platform and that tool by committing to doing your own. Okay, so your first invites, just become a conversationist, a conversational person. That's totally technical term, so make note of that one. But you're just having conversation. Don't change the way you talk. Every post on my socials or every DM that I have is as if I'm talking to my best friend. I use the words that I would use, even if I swear, I will swear, I won't just throw out F-bombs. But, if I'm passionate about something and shit flies out, then that's what I say. And I type it because that's the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I want them to know if they were to ever get on the phone with me or on FaceTime, that they know you're exactly who you will come across on social media, right? But you can't change the way you talk. But have conversations. 3 people a day, have a conversation with, getting to invite them into what you're going to start, what you're doing. Okay? You're not reaching out to them to close them on a sale. You're reaching to open up the door, right? To have them just consider being accountable to you while you do this, right? So your posts should be brief. They don't need to be this giant story, right? Your messages to people, dear Lord, don't send a super lengthy email to people if it's the first pass at inviting them into something. They will not read it or respond to you, because that's how I am. If somebody sends me a super long message and we've barely had a conversation and it's an invite to their book, their virtual book party or their nail club or something, and they've never even had a conversation with me, I'm not going to read it nor respond. So just think of how you would receive that information, okay? How were you invited into this? What post did you read that got you to respond or reach out or respond to your coach's message, right? So think about it that way. Before you assume that they don't have a need to be met, just allow them to be the ones to tell you. And you'll find that out by asking questions. So if they're like, hey, I'm kind of interested, tell me more about it. I always go back and ask questions. All right, I'll get to the good stuff, but tell me, what are you working on? Are you looking for weight loss? Are you just looking for a program to replace your gym membership? What's your goals? What do you need? I let them tell me so that my conversation now is geared to them. It is about them. It's not about me anymore. It never should be about me, right? It's about them, especially when you're inviting them in. Recognize there's objections. There's going to be price objections. Meet those head on and meet them with confidence, okay? We have some done for you scripts in our file section, and they are just great blanket posts on what you can say. I mean, we have so many, you guys, it's almost overwhelming, but like posts that you can use during this quarantine time. Posts if you're a brand new coach, you know what the hell to say, but you need ideas. It has to be in your voice. Scripts on how to meet objections and have conversations without feeling like you're a fish out of water, which you might, and that's okay. And it's okay to tell them that you don't know everything. I mentioned that at the very beginning. You don't have to know everything about this business and how it works or the products. You're learning as you go. And what a cool way to have your best friend to do that alongside of you. You guys learn as you go together. Because you know what? My coach is going to help us be successful and answer our questions at the same time. Because when you sign up as coach, if you're working with me, I'm generally like, go out and ask 3 of your girlfriends to come do this with you. Why not learn at the same time? How empowering and how cool would that be to run a business with your best friends, okay? Follow up. You guys have to follow up. One of our most vital behaviors. Follow up. Even if you have to follow up them 6 months, every week for 6 months. I guarantee a lot of my customers and my coaches came because I followed up. I never gave up on them. It wasn't me trying to close them on anything. It was me not giving up on them because they told me they wanted to lose weight. And maybe the time wasn't right. Maybe the finances weren't in order, which if it's a financial thing, I always invite them to consider coaching. Listen, I'll teach you everything I know about how to build a business if that's something that you want, if income is something that you need, okay? And I can teach you how to get this investment back if you want to put the work in. I'd love to be able to run that through with you, okay? So when there's an objection with finances, I always invite them to consider into coaching, all right? But just don't be afraid of the cost. The confidence is everything behind Shakeology, behind Recover, behind Beachbody On Demand. Your confidence is everything in talking about these products, okay? Don't send them a link, right? You don't want to be like, invite them and here's a link to order because you haven't even figured out what they want yet, right? And you don't want to just show up, throw up all over your social feeds and then kind of retreat because A, it's not good for your algorithm, and B, it doesn't really show you care. It just shows that you just threw it up there and hoping kind of cast the net and see how many people are going to come back to me. They're not. You've got to actively invite them from the post. So I am telling people, hey, anyone that's watching your stories, liking your posts, commenting on your posts, those are the people that you go and invite and talk to, okay? And one thing I'll add to, just a little sidebar on the not sending your link right away. If you're posting your pictures on social media, love it. Make sure it's a picture of you and don't theme or use corporate product or hashtags or big hashtags because it'll actually it'll get your post removed. But you're going to attract other coaches and those that are marketing to us coaches. You're going to attract those people to your account, and you want to attract your friends, your people. So think of your hashtag as something you would search for. Are you going to go into a search bar, Google, and search fitness? Are you going to search Beachbody? Are you going to search? You might, but you want to be a little bit more creative. So that was my only remark on that. Okay. Your second thing as a coach, get yourself to Emerald. It's really simple. It's 2 people doing this business with you. 2 people, one on your left and one on your right. And we go into a little more of a deep dive on how to get to Emerald and what it means, but it's basically 2 people just like you. They got involved with the challenge pack, and most of the time, that second coach is a spouse or a family member that just, either wants to support you or is kind of on board with this whole nutritional thing and wants to get going too. There's a lot of couples that do this business full time. There's a lot of moms and daughters. There's a lot of dads and sons. There's a lot of moms and sons, every arrangement you can think of. This is a business. So I'm setting up a legacy for my children. I am slowly starting to see that this could be something that my daughter, who's turning 14 in a couple of weeks, could eventually take on and grow her own, right? And so I've got business centers set up that I would transfer to her when she's 18. I watched Carla teach her daughter, who was 16 years old at the time, I think maybe even younger than that, and is now in her early 20s. And Kat is building her own business. She's been for years, but that's just kind of the evolution of what happens. But building a business and learning how to grow and just bring 2 people in right away opens up a whole other avenue of income potential for you. And as you rinse and repeat that, that's how you start to get some legs on your business and how you start making and growing some residual income. So it's really cool. I don't want to spend too much time on, but you really can, literally in 24 hours if you wanted to, enroll yourself, get your spouse going, and then sign up your best friend. Don't pay for them to do it. They got to do it themselves. Obviously the spouse you can have as part of your household. But so if you ever have any questions on that, reach out to me or your coach and be like, hey, what was she talking about? I can sign up my husband. So share your journey. You guys, here's just a snapshot. If you were to look at these 3 accounts, mine, Sarah's, or Kiana's, you'd probably go, well, she does something in fitness. It looks like she's got a shitload of kids. Okay. And then you look at Sarah's in the center, she's very active. You can tell she's outdoors. She's probably somewhere sunny. Kiana is always happy. She's got a smile on her face. People are attracted to that. You don't see any brands on there of Beachbody. You don't see me holding or kissing my Shakeology cup. You see that Sarah has something yellow in the top right corner of hers. That piques a little bit of interest. Why is she by a pool with that yellow drink and what is in it? right? So you're creating this curiosity. And everybody's is different. Like I threw in on mine, and I scroll down a little bit to capture this so you could see I have 2 pictures of my before and after, so that I'm showing people that my results are there and that they are evolving. There's a picture with me with my kids, and I've got a product because I do some product stuff for people. I have a random meme in there, just see what people respond to. Dressed up, sweaty, like all different things. But that's me. And I'm very authentic in everything that I post. But don't be afraid to share all aspects of your life. Don't just be on there and just speaking to nutrition or fitness constantly, because people want to know that you're real life, right? People want to know that there's everyday stuff going on in your life, because that's attracting them to you. But the power of consistency and patience is everything. Okay, there's always got to be something that you're inviting to. You don't have to wait until you're done 21-day fix or bar blend. You don't have to wait 8 weeks to get results to invite people. You invite them along the way. I never say no to somebody if I started the Spring Fitness Challenge last week. If someone's like, hey, Taryn, what's the Spring Fitness Challenge? Oh, sorry, it's closed. You can't come in. Like, what? No, you're ready? Absolutely. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set you up. I'm going to use a share cart. What kind of Shakeology do you want? Do you want a performance line? That's obviously after I vetted them, because they're ready. They're ready to do something, right? To change the course of their health experience. But just being consistent. I'm always posting about something, whether it's a sugar detox, my Spring Fitness Challenge. I run a nutrition protocol that is separate from Beachbody, so I'm talking about that. I'm sharing about the Ozarks that I'm watching. So I'm intermixing a little bit of everyday stuff, so my stuff is relevant. But the consistency of doing something, and I will say about this, the only thing that I would not suggest, though maybe not the best slide, is sometimes when there's packaged products and not a picture of you, that Facebook or Instagram doesn't love it. So these are probably pretty relevant in stories or in a group, but to go out and have a picture of 22-minute hardcore challenge pack or T25 or 21-day fix and with Beachbody all over it, you probably will get very few acts of engagement. It's just, because there's no, like, Facebook likes your face. Like, they scan the images to find the face in the photo, because that kind of puts more weight on their algorithm than just a stock photo. Okay, so keep that in mind. It doesn't matter if you post a selfie of yourself and you're talking about inviting into your fitness group, right? Or you're flexing and you're talking about what you just ate and why you're flexing. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't want to flex, and don't feel like you have to. You don't have to show up half naked on your social feeds if that is not your personality, right? Be you and create your own thing, okay? But this is a nice visual. Is what would you do with an extra $800, okay? So first month, you get a new customer. Your commission on a challenge pack or 3 customers, $50 per challenge pack, times up by 3, $150. If you just signed up with the challenge pack, boom, you just covered your expense in starting a business. Guys, a challenge pack, $160 for a challenge pack to start your business is nothing. And if there's military that's active, retired, or veteran, they get a free business. That is our military gratitude program, basically giving back to the families and of the active, and also of the spouses of support, to say thank you. So military families do get a free business. So make sure you read through the policies and procedures on what that means. Month 2, you do the same thing, right? And those people from month 1 are still on Shakeology because it's changing their health from the inside out. There's maybe $246 that you're getting, because you've got 3 people that started brand new with the challenge pack, because you're still inviting. Those 3 people from month 1 are continuing on Shakeology. So there's about just under $250 by month 2. Month 3, rinse and repeat, $400. So in 3 months, you've built about an $800 paycheck just by opening up and sharing with people your experience, okay? And then, of course, you're hitting Success Club, so all those other perks open up for you too, which I won't dive into. Okay, so just a quick in review, because I wanted to get you guys the goods. I wanted to unmute anyone that had a question at the end. Goal number 1, help 3 people get started. Help them with the tool that you have in your hands right now, Beachbody On Demand, and a challenge pack with Shakeology, and or with the performance line, add in 3-day refresh. Always invite them to consider adding and trying other things. I always ask people, hey, do you want to try this collagen? I put these greens in my shake every day. Do you want to add in the Energize? I give them the option to tell me, no, I'm good. Or yeah, you know what? I kind of need like a plant-based energy source. Like, what is this what you would recommend? Or yeah, I've been looking for a good post-workout shake. What do you think? Is that one decent? Do you have plant-based? So if they don't know, they're not going to know until you tell them otherwise. Goal number 2 is add 2 people to do this with you. Get your spouse, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your best friend, and get those 2 people to be accountable to you on their own journey. They don't have to build a business, but you know what? Maybe they will. And maybe you've just invited 2 powerhouses into your organization and you're going to help grow yours. Okay. That'll get you your first rank advancement. And that's pretty amazing. All right. So what's next? Okay. As I wrap up, commit to your program, drink your shake, talk about it, share it, do your personal development. 2, dive into new coach training. Use a business activity tracker of sorts. There's one in your coach online office. We have it resourced in our unit section on the team page, but maybe just a simple piece of paper and pen and your favorite notebook is how you start tracking. If you don't know who you're talking to or don't remember, because like I don't remember yesterday, right? So how the hell am I going to remember who I talked to 2 weeks ago and where we were really at in a conversation, right? So track them somehow, even if you write them down. Okay, you can use Google Sheets, you can go digital, whatever you want to do, but share your journey wherever you're at in it. You do not have to wait until you lose 20 pounds. You don't. People just need to know that you started something and that you've got your ass off the couch and you're doing it every single day, even though you don't want to, right? Or even though the kids are just yanking on you all the time and they're all over the place. Oh my God, I couldn't film this. Like what a shit show it is, right? So what? People want to know that they can get it done too with their shit show. Okay. Sorry. I hope there wasn't kids around. But use your stories. Stories are amazing because that's the everyday kind of catalog life that you're going through in a 24-hour period. And people are kind of like nosy, right? Like you can go and see who's watching your stuff. And if you haven't, it's kind of interesting. And those are the people that are probably going to want to do what you're doing when you go in and actively invite them. So I encourage you guys to do about 5 to 10 stories a day, not all about fitness and your food, but maybe about what you're learning, maybe a snapshot of, the chaos that's happening in your day. If you've got boys and they're throwing toilet paper and pissing all over the floor, like maybe that's what you're showing because people will relate to that and that might make them laugh, right? Mel, I was channeling you because your picture with your boy is being a boy mom. So thank you for that ammunition. But you guys don't get overwhelmed. Honestly, it's like starting a job. You got to take it day by day. You just got to learn as you go, right? Some say fake it till you make it. That's probably the one thing I will never forget when I started in my corporate job is my boss said, fake it till you make it. I had to go out and tour some brokers and I've never done it before. She's like, fake it till you make it. It's all about your attitude and your energy. Hands down. People will join you because of your attitude and your energy. If you're a Debbie Downer and you're always talking negative and you're hating on people and you're the one that is just like spreading negativity, on like a fire hose, well, your business is going to be challenged. Be the positive, be the light, and show up and just kind of go with the flow and do it as you can. Do not be paralyzed with the amount of information. All right. So that was our slides. I will get back off to our call, and if anybody wants to unmute themselves, I don't want to unmute anybody in the event that somebody's got background noise. They don't want anyone to hear. So if you have a question, I'll leave the lines open for a little bit, and then I have to wrap up because I have to finish my taxes. And don't ask me about taxes because that's not a question that I am qualified to answer.
Okay, so I was totally going to ask you about taxes.
Great. Here's what I'll say about taxes. Well, Beachbody is an incredible write-off, okay? So your investment into the business is a write-off, okay? So if you've got a challenge pack and you're using it to get on, to show up every day, you are showing your Shakeology, you're showing, like I put a picture of my Energize in every story that I do. All of my stuff, and check with your financial advisor, your accountant, I write off everything that I consume and I show. Your business expenses every single month are a tax write-off. But again, I'm not an accountant, but I do advise you to, at the end of the year, or talk to an accountant and say, hey, I just started this business. What do you recommend? Or, hey, Google, right? I just started a network marketing business. What is the best way to track all my expenses? And I would say if you're organized and a type A person,
For me. Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
She did. She just got back.
okay.
Did I freeze?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
As the token accountant on this call.
I was just going to call on you.
Maybe I should reach out to you later sometime. We'll just talk. But no, I was actually really joking about the taxes, asking you about that, because that's what I do when I'm nervous, is I make stupid jokes. So, my first question, I just had missed something that you had said. So we have these calls the first Tuesday of every month. Then we have the team call. And then you said that there was another call the first and third.
Yeah, and that's the business opportunity call. And it's, in full disclosure, it's not led by me. It's led by, a lot of times I'll try and group up with other coaches that are kind of aligned with my, interest and personality and how they run a business, because I can't do evening stuff. What I would love to see as our team grows is to another leader to say, hey, I'd love to take a business opportunity call and maybe add that to the calendar. So right now it's on the calendar, is exactly what you were saying, Stephanie. First Tuesday, which is all on the events page, first Tuesday of the month is a new coach getting started right call, which will be recorded every month. The third Tuesday will be a team call, which could have a theme to it, or could just be, come on and let's meet you where you're at. And then the first and third Thursday, so basically Tuesdays and Thursdays, is a business opportunity call at 6 o'clock Pacific. I think that was the time that's there.
Okay. My other one was, I signed up as a discount coach in 2015, and it was just recently that I think you read my post from yesterday. It just hit me during COVID. What if my husband had lost his job and he wasn't able to work from home? So Elizabeth is my sponsor. She's my coach, and she's my best friend as well. And we've built that relationship. I get nervous and I get anxious about inviting, period. I'm so passionate about Beachbody and their products and what it has done for me in my life. I get a little tongue-tied when talking to people. I get nervous. I'm nervous in the beginning, but then once I get going, I get on a roll, and it's like I word vomit. And I typically do that with the people that I know that are my friends, because they know me and they know that's how I roll. But when I'm reaching out to people who are not my friends, they are not my family, I freeze, and I don't really know how to do that.
If are they a friend of some sort, or are they completely cold market, like you don't know who they are?
No, they're a friend of some sort.
Okay.
They're on my Facebook friends list, but they're not people that I hang out with. It's just, we may chat once or twice a year. So I have started putting myself out there a little bit more, as far as instead of trolling Facebook and not saying anything, I've started getting back to my old self, where I'm just like the social butterfly, commenting on everybody's stuff and kind of, letting everybody know that, hey, I'm back, kind of thing. So I still just get nervous.
Well, don't be nervous, unless you are approaching the person or the conversation with an ulterior motive, right? So be the social butterfly and comment on their stuff and check in with them, because especially now, a lot of people's mental health is being taxed. And so when somebody shows up in their inbox genuinely caring, I saw your post and I could just kind of, got a feeling that maybe something was going wrong. Are you okay? Or you send them a DM because they posted a picture of their garden. What did you plant? I need to get going on something like that. What did you, do you have green thumb? Because I don't. You can take the conversation as long as it's authentic and you want that conversation. if it's forced and it's somebody that you absolutely despised working with or despised in high school or college, do you want to resurrect that potential
No.
relationship? Probably not, but maybe, because times have changed and they might appreciate it. But if my rule of thumb, if they like your photo, watch your stories, or comment on anything that you're posting and sharing, they are getting an invitation, or they should, unless it's like, your 90-year-old grandpa. Then if he's on Facebook, I mean, I bow down to him. But you kind of get what I'm saying there.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. That was very helpful. Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that. And I want to be as authentic as I just want to be me. That's all I want. That's
Good.
why I just get so worried about sounding what I call salesy and like I'm throwing a sales pitch. I don't want to be that person. I can't be that person. I'm not good at being that person. I just want to be me.
And they'll know that when you have that conversation. And if they say, and just remember how Elizabeth spoke to you. And before you send the message to somebody, read it. How does it come across to you? And I find the more I use voice messaging to people, the more comfortable I become, because I'm saying exactly, and I'm not like overthinking it. I'm just saying it. And if I screw up and say the wrong thing, on iPhone, you can delete it before you do. On Facebook Messenger, it's kind of like, whoops, there it went. But that's okay. Well, I think you can go and delete it now. But they want to hear your voice. They want to hear the energy in it, the flexion in it, and the fact that maybe you're nervous. Hey, Sue, it's been freaking forever, and I'm really quite nervous to ask you this, but it's been weighing on me. It's just a gut feeling I have. And it's okay to say no, but you posted something that prompted me to want to reach out. What do you think about, but it was just a natural evolution of a conversation and not totally out of left field, because maybe you drew on something that she posted. Okay.
I completely totally forgot about the voice messaging, because I don't like, I feel like I'm like typing all of the time. I'm always like texting, even in Facebook Messenger. So that's good. Thank you for that.
Yep.
I think.
Uh-oh, I think my internet froze. I'll blame my husband. His internet is wonky here. Any other questions from you guys before we sign off? I love that you guys are all on here. Stephanie, thank you for your questions. I love some Taryn and Cheryl and Leah, Christine, Nell, and Marie hopped on. Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you for being here. I will pop the recording in our group so you can share it with your people, and look forward to the next one a month from now. But you know what? I think the most important thing I can advise you guys to do is just get out and show up and be authentically you and not overthink a thing, because there's no need to. You're just having fun and you're working on yourself. So it's a beautiful thing that we are a part of, and I'm honored to be alongside you guys doing it. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and happy Cinco de Mayo, right? Go do something fun. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.